Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. So today I will be talking about the Pixel 3 XL as a first time Pixel user coming from a OnePlus 6 and talk about how it's been holding up after owning it for a little bit over 4 months. So I bought the Pixel 3 XL at launch and that was a big mistake, and I say that because soon after there was a $200 discount for Black Friday that I missed out for not being patient. Now from a design perspective, the front of the Pixel 3 XL isn't the most appealing phone to look at. From a thick chin to the deepest notch there is, the large bezels makes it look outdated compared to some older devices like the Samsung Galaxy S9 and the OnePlus 6. The back, however, is beautiful to look at. I went for the clearly white model and for some time I had a skin on it, but I ended up taking it off because it looked way too good to be covered up. Since I keep my Pixel 3 XL in a case most of the time, you can't see any wear on it, but sadly that can't be said for the charging port. It has some paint chipped around the area there, and hopefully it doesn't get any worse than this. Now moving on to the display, the Pixel has a great display with the exception of the notch cutout, of course. It has a 6.3 inch Quad HD OLED panel with the resolution of 2960 by 1440 and is a sharp and color rich display. The only issue I encounter with the display is that it's not bright enough for outdoor usage. Even at max brightness I have a hard time seeing anything on it. So something that really bugs me is that I can't turn off the adaptive brightness directly from the brightness slider like you can on many other Android smartphones like the Samsung Galaxy S9 or the OnePlus 6 for example. Sometimes I just want it to stay at a certain brightness without the slider moving around, especially when I'm playing games on my phone. It's been so annoying that I just had to turn it off, and I'm really hoping that they add this option down the road. Now something I like is the always on display, which shows you the time, weather, events, and notifications, which kind of makes up for the lack of the notification light. Not as great though when you have the phone far and it's at an angle. It took me a while to get used to. Something that I really like is that you can dismiss notifications right as they come without having to completely wake the screen, and I think that's pretty cool. Now moving on to performance. The Pixel 3 XL comes with 4 gigs of RAM, which is less than what most of the competition has to offer, and at first I had an issue with keeping apps open in the background and having to reload them even with 4 apps open, which was fixed via a software update. It has been much better now, but it's not perfect. It's surprising that they stuck with 4 gigs of RAM and didn't opt out for 6 gigs of RAM like many other smartphones. For instance, Pubg kept restarting a lot of times when I had exited to reply to a text that it dismissed while playing a game, and I'm glad that it has improved. So touching on the topic of issues, a big issue I had with the Pixel for 2 months is that I had horrible service on T-Mobile. I have been with T-Mobile for a long time and I have not had any connectivity issues with any of my previous devices, and with the Pixel I would get H connection during phone calls and I couldn't be surfing the web while I was on a call or look up directions on Google Maps. Also, my data in service randomly dropped completely from time to time, and this was very frustrating. I set my phone side by side with the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, which I also have on T-Mobile network, and I played Pubg on data and got good ping on the Samsung and horrible ping on the Pixel. And I also tried to watch some videos on both of them and it stayed loading on the Pixel while it played on the Samsung. I also switched out my SIM card back to the OnePlus 6 and got good ping connection when I tried playing Pubg, and also the videos loaded faster. Now for the H connection when in call, I got that fixed after 2 months of speaking with T-Mobile technical support, and they weren't sure what was going on, but luckily it got fixed after they reset my network repeatedly on multiple occasions. And it has been much better now, but still not on par with the excellent connection I get with the Samsung Galaxy S9. Now moving on to features, the Pixel has a few features that I really like the flip to silent your phone. It's kind of replacing the mute switcher on the OnePlus devices. Not as great since it only stays on mute when I have the Pixel facing down on the table, but very useful nonetheless. I've been using that a lot. You can feel it activate with a subtle vibration on the back of the phone, which is nice. The gesture that I use a lot of the time is the squeeze function, but now with the recent Google update I have to unlock my phone to have Google set a reminder on my phone. Because of privacy reasons, Google decided to require the phone to be unlocked to be able to do those commands. They should really have a toggle to turn this feature on or off, and let the user decide if they want this or not. It sucks now and it's not as fast, and there really isn't a point on using the hot word "Hey Google" from afar now since you have to unlock your phone. And this isn't just on the Pixel, it's on many other devices running the latest Google version app, and it's getting pushed widely. So this really sucks.
Ring, 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 ring.
Another feature is screen call, which is actually pretty cool. So this is basically Google Assistant answering a call for you, and this is great for spam calls, and they don't tend to call back again, but when I've tried it on non-spam calls, they just hang up. Another cool feature is digital well-being. This isn't specifically just for Pixel devices, and this was cool at first, and I haven't touched it after looking at it for the first 2 weeks though. It's good if you're constantly using your phone too much and you want to set some restrictions on certain apps that you use way too much, or if you just have kids that play on your phone a lot, and for me it really hasn't been that useful. Now moving on to the battery life. The battery life is good, but the OnePlus 6 destroys the Pixel in battery life and charging speed. With my usage, I get about 4 to 5 hours of on-screen on time on the Pixel, which is about average with most phones, and the OnePlus 6 spoiled me with its long battery life. With the OnePlus 6, I got up to 7 hours of on-screen on time, which is amazing, which is mostly due to the lower power usage of the 1080p screen. So what I missed the most is the charging speed. 0 to 60 in half an hour, that is awesome. The Pixel takes about 50 minutes to reach 60%, which isn't that bad, but those 20 minutes do make a difference when you're running late to an event and you only have a short amount of time to charge your phone. The Google Pixel 3 XL does have an additional way to charge with wireless charging, which I haven't used besides for this video clip here, and I would give that up for faster charging speed. But that's just me. It doesn't help that Google decided to have the Pixel 3 XL only charge fast with its dedicated wireless charger. This doesn't bother me at all since I don't use it, but this might bother you. Okay, so now moving on to gaming. I've been playing Pubg Mobile on the Pixel 3 XL for a while now, and it has been performing great. There's no lag at all, and it doesn't get hot after hours of playing on it, and this is of course when I'm on Wi-Fi because like I mentioned earlier, the data with T-Mobile on the Pixel isn't so great. The game runs smooth even with the graphics set on Ultra and Extreme, and it works exceptionally well. I really miss the headphone jack. There has been countless times when I forget my dongle and are left playing without headphones, which do make a great difference. It also gets kind of uncomfortable holding the phone with the USB Type-C headphones plugged in right in the middle. With the OnePlus or any other phone with the headphone jack, it's easier to grip since the headphone wire is thin and doesn't get in the way. And it also depends on the way that you hold your phone, and for you this might not get in the way, but for me it does. One of the big reasons you might be looking into buying a Pixel, besides the fast software updates, is to have an amazing camera. And this camera is phenomenal in so many ways, and it has been improving with software updates. The dynamic range and HDR photos are incredible. They do look heavily edited at times, which doesn't give you much room to work with if you want to do some post editing though. Now where I was impressed the most is in how it handles portrait mode with a single camera. From the first photo I took with it, I think it beats most of the smartphone portrait mode out there. The pictures come out well defined and with a strong bokeh, maybe just a little bit too strong for the liking of some of you, but it looks great to say the least. I'm also impressed with their night mode. It is incredible. You have to take a picture yourself to fully grasp just how amazing this is. But even as amazing as it is, it's not the most convenient option when you want someone to take a picture of you and your friends at night, especially when they don't know how to use the feature. They have to stand there for a few seconds trying to take a picture of you depending on how much lighting there is. It's great when you're the one taking a picture of something, but not when a stranger is taking a picture of you on an amusement park at night. So it's basically a long exposure cut down in time to just 2 seconds or 5 seconds depending on the lighting condition, but you can do this handheld compared to many DSLRs where you need a tripod. So my overall impression with the Pixel line was not so great, and it's mostly due with me going into it with big expectations. I feel that the OnePlus 6 or the Samsung Galaxy S9 is a better value, and especially now that Samsung received the Android Pie update and the One UI. Now if you're looking for an amazing camera and to be among the first to receive software updates, then I would highly recommend the Pixel 3 XL. More now that Google has shaved off $200 on both models on the Google Store. Now if you want some high performance and great battery life and a headphone jack, I recommend the OnePlus 6 or the Samsung Galaxy S9 or the new Samsung Galaxy S10, which I honestly been tempted to trade in my Pixel 3 XL for, but I will leave it at that before I convince myself to do so. Alright guys, so that concludes today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more tech related videos, and I will talk to you on the next one.
Aside from my soul.